Different. That is the best word to describe this episode of Hunter x Hunter. Different. So with this week's episode, it started off a little bit of the stuff with Poof, Gon, and Neferpito, but it mostly focused on the Knuckle and Morel versus Youpi battle. Now, quickly, the whole Poof thing, it was interesting and a little bit confusing for me. I wasn't sure if he was actually telepathically speaking to Neferpito, or was he just trying to give her some sort of clue as to, drop me some clues so I can learn little by little what's the king, where the king is at and whatnot, so that he can kind of go over there and help the king. So, definitely a little bit interesting there. Badass as fuck, Gon just saying, shut up in there. He's just there, dead set on fucking up Neferpito. So, a little bit of a, nice little tense moment there. And I can totally tell that Poop is definitely up to something. He's not just going to stand there and wait because he's, he wants this information. He wants to go over there. But as of right now, he made that little pact, okay, I will stand here and wait. And that kind of shows a little bit, to a certain degree, the bond between the, the royal guards, because he's kind of like, I'm going to honor her. I could totally see she's dead serious about this. So I'm going to stand here and wait. But at the same time, he's still up to his little sneaky shit. And then the rest of the episode, for the most part, is Youpi versus Knuckle and Morel. Now, I could already see an influx of, mixed comments. Some people saying they felt maybe it's lackluster. Maybe they felt it was anticlimactic. Some people thought it was very unique and different. I definitely can say that I can see a little bit from both parties. I felt as though it was very unique and different. It just felt a radical departure from what you would normally get. Because ideally, you probably would have seen it go down as, Morel died or Knuckle died or somebody died in this particular encounter. Like, you would have seen probably Morel die. But I feel as though it took a different approach with storytelling, where it built up to this moment, and it kind of built up in a different direction than I thought it would have took, because I thought, to be honest, I really thought that's it. Fuck it. This is Morel. He's done. There's nothing, I don't think Knuckle's going to do that. And a big question that I got to ask everyone, do you think Knuckle was foolish to get rid of APR? Or do you feel as though it just added to his character and, it was just more of a respectable thing? I feel as though, in a battle sense, yeah, he probably should have kept it, definitely. In the heat of the moment, I'm just screaming, dumbass, what are you doing? But at the end of the day, first of all, that's his friend. Knuckles a good person, just as he felt for Shoot. He felt the same way for Morel. You could totally see Morel was disgusted with that. Like, what the fuck you doing? Leave me here to die. You're supposed to fucking just keep it going. And, APR was getting ready to get him out. Like, how much then does this dude have? You saw APR, it was like over 300,000, 370-something thousand, and it was still counting. They still had like a couple minutes left to go. But me personally, I feel as though in order to go into the direction that Yoshihiro Togashi wanted to go in, he had to make that choice. And it was either that moment defined what this episode was going to be. That moment defined exactly which approach he was going to take. Either he was going to take this, dramatic death, or he was going to do it more so along the lines of character development for Youpi and just showing honorable and respectable battle between foes that are somewhat like-minded. Like, this episode, really, a big thing that it delivered was character development for Youpi. And, it kind of, in a way, it sacrificed a dramatic moment for character development, but that's right there where you argue, okay, do you want the dramatic moment? Do you want the, just this payoff of, a death? Or do you want the character development for the Youpi character? That's really, I guess, a question of just overall preference of what you would have preferred. Me, I was hoping for a death. I thought it would have had a big impact, but there's still more to this arc to go, and with the Royal Guard still being around, then, there's still a lot more stuff to go. So it wasn't necessary, I felt. It just really felt like one of those speechless moments for me. I was just like, how do I feel about this? So, he didn't die. We didn't get a death, but I don't feel angry about it. But then, it felt very respectable and honorable. So, it just felt really unique. Yoshihiro Togashi, he just does these unique things. And overall, that moment definitely defined this episode, and it defined the fight, because we got big progression with the fight actually ending. And I'm just curious as to what people are going to be saying about this episode. Like, this is one of those episodes where I really want to see you guys' feedback and you guys' comments on this, because I could see a lot of people being angry and a lot of people being, just overall enjoying the moment of it, because it just felt like an honorable and respectable thing where Youpi, he developed to this person where he's no longer just this angry brute. He figured a way to store the anger, and I'm curious how that's going to go, because it was kind of building up where do I unleash this anger? And who knows, maybe he'll unleash, and this is just, of course, speculation or anything, maybe after a certain point, the king will fucking put them down so much, maybe he'll use it on the king. It's Hunter x Hunter, you never fucking know, I'm just saying. And overall, that's really how I feel about this episode. I didn't feel, let down. I wanted wanted to see a death, don't get me wrong. I thought it would have been badass as hell, but I appreciate the fact that it took a different direction in storytelling and added character development in favor over a dramatic moment. So it's like, yeah, it would have been great to see some epic death and some sad moment, but it went in a different direction and you still kind of felt it. And it felt like a very powerful moment with Knuckle just there like crying in tears and everything. And just overall, I feel as though this is one of those controversial episodes again. I feel as though Hunter x Hunter, it's great with controversy without even trying to be controversial because it's just going in different directions. Like, of course, if it would have been a death of Morel or anybody, everybody would have been like, oh my god, this is crazy, and that would have been controversial. But isn't it a little bit more interesting and a little bit more unique that he didn't go that route and it went a different direction? And it wasn't just like, oh, you know what, yeah, I'm bored now, I'm going to go fight somewhere else. It felt very different. It felt like he respected their efforts enough to say, alright, fuck you guys, you know, whatever, you guys get lost, I'm going to go with the king. And he could have killed him right there. He could have said, you know what, you three, done. I'm getting you right now. But it just felt like a character development. I guess that's the best thing to put it for. Not only Youpi, but I felt as though for Knuckle as well. It just showed how he has changed and how he values his comrades as more than just, you know, oh, okay, I'm working with this dude. They're friends to him as well. So it was very interesting. And just overall, I felt as though, again, the word different stood out a lot. And before I forget, does Nav have AIDS or something? What the fuck? When I saw that dude and he's completely bald, like, I was like, yo, dude, are you on crack? Did you just, like, get injected with, like, 10 pounds of AIDS? Like, what the fuck? That dude, like, he has been freaked the fuck out. And for him, he must have to muster up every ounce of courage in his body to come to that battlefield. Notice he showed up after Youpi left. He was like, yeah, coast is clear. Let me get my bitch ass here real quick and get Morel up out of here. That shit was just fucking hilarious. And to see where that character has gone from where he was somewhat of a brave guy, you know, he had, he was a normal dude, chill dude, very smart, very wise, and now he's just like a broken down, fucked up individual after all this shit. So you can see the effects of the Ant arc and just everything that's been going on slowly affecting the characters around. Like, this guy is all fucked up in the head now. He looks like he's on AIDS, like he has AIDS or some shit. The fear. And with this episode, I definitely feel as though it's great. It's just unique and different, and that's where it's going to divide between people that hate it, people that love it, people are indifferent about it. I mean, I want to know what you guys think about this one. I'm really curious. Honestly, I really want to see what people think. Like, do you love this? Do you hate it? Were you disappointed that Morel and Knuckle or nobody died at the hands of Youpi? Do you honor the respectable aspect of it? Do you think it was done very well? I feel as though when you do something that is that unexpected, where like you develop this character to a point where he was level-headed enough to respect that Knuckle decided to get rid of APR, it just changed things, and it went in a different direction than I completely, you know, I thought this is the Chimera Ant arc. Kite got fucking beheaded in the beginning of it. Everyone's gonna die. And I didn't feel upset about it not going down that way, so I respect that storytelling and just a unpredictable outcome of it. Let me know again your overall thoughts. Do you feel as though Knuckle made the right decision? Do you feel as though everything just went in a bad way, good way? I'm curious. But that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thumbs up for that very unique and different outcome because I wasn't expecting it to go down that way. And at the end of the day, Morel did suffer a big injury to it, so it wasn't completely like, oh, nobody got hurt or anything. So just different. For that world, and as always, people, have an awesome day.